Today we are doing a keto grocery haul at Sainsbury's.
Welcome to Pop Keto, where we aim to help you live a sustainable keto and low carb lifestyle. Today we are going shopping. This is something you do when you're keto. You go shopping at grocery shopping, but now you're checking labels and you're getting specific products. Now we find that some products you can only get at certain stores. So today we're looking at the stuff we can get from Sainsbury's. So once we've done the shop, we're going to take you home. We're going to show you what we've bought. We've got our face masks. We're ready to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Alright, so we are back. We've done what we had to. We've negotiated our way through all the aisles. And we just want to talk through some of the things that we've picked up, why we picked them up, why we may have picked them over something else, and maybe there's a couple of things in here that might surprise you.
So what we're going to be talking about are just some of the items that we bought. Obviously, we will buy lots of fresh vegetables and we'll get the meat and all that sort of stuff. So,
but everywhere does that.
Yeah, that's right. So we've chosen and picked some specific items that we would get from Sainsbury, and the reason why we'd pick these.
All right, well, let's start at breakfast.
Breakfast. We would typically have this mainly at breakfast time, and this is something you've got to be very, very careful with yogurts. Now, this brand is Lancashire Farm, and this one is the yogurt with the lowest amount of sugar that we've found. There may be more out there, but we're still to find those. But this one has, per 100 grams, has 5 grams of carbs, of which 4 grams are sugar.
Now they also do a low-fat version. You don't want that.
No.
Go for the full-fat version.
Yes.
9.3 grams of fats for 100 grams.
Yes, that's right. So we wouldn't have the full 100 grams. No. We'd probably just go half that.
Let's talk about bacon. This is our favourite bacon that we get. You can get it at a number of stores, but Sainsbury's, where we used to only be able to get it, it's gone a bit further now. The important thing about this one is that it is nitrite-free, and so it's just a bit better for you.
Yeah, certainly. Nitrates are not good for you, so that is why that is really the only bacon that we will go for. Still on breakfast, and just talking about the yogurt just a moment ago, one thing that I would like to have mixed in with my yogurt are seeds. So I like to mix some of these into the yogurt just to get that nutrition that the seeds have. So obviously they're high in omega-3s, amongst other nutrition like zinc, magnesium, protein, iron. So that's a nice way to get those vitamins and minerals in naturally through food.
Now we make our own sauerkraut now, but before we did, we used to buy it from Sainsbury's. This polished one you get in the fridge section, which is really good. It's got no sugars added to it and that sort of thing, so it's great. And the reason we like it, it's a probiotic, good for your gut.
Yeah.
Get it in.
And it's also really high in vitamin C, so really good for your gut health, for vitamin C, which is important for mineral absorption as well.
All right, so there's a few things here that you can buy at most supermarkets, but we just happened to buy it at Sainsbury today. So we've got our Kerrygold grass-fed butter, we've got some cream, and these are sorts of things we use pretty much most days, either in a dessert or in savoury dishes. But the one that we can only get at Sainsbury is this. This is squirty cream, and it is just the cream. There's no sugar in it. It's just cream, emulsifiers, a couple other bits, but there is no added sugar in this, and it's the only one we found that does that.
So if you are looking for a whipped cream, an instant whipped cream that doesn't have all the sugar, and you're wanting to put it on like your hot chocolate or hot dessert, this is the one. The next item we have is some almond milk. So this is something that you may be looking for if you are looking for a milk replacement, so a typical dairy milk replacement. I quite like this one. This is an organic brand. I usually have this in a number of things, so this is a really good milk replacement. At first, it took me a while to get used to. Obviously, milk is very creamy, whereas this is a little less, but gotten used to it, and I actually really quite enjoy this one.
While we're talking about things that you put in your tea, let's jump on this. This is xylitol. This is one of the main sweeteners that we use. We use erythritol in a lot of our baking, but xylitol, if we just want to have a little bit in a cup of tea or something like that, xylitol's the go-to. Yeah. We have to be mindful that it is poisonous to dogs, because we now have a dog, And so we just need to be careful where we
Yeah.
keep that.
The next item we picked up at Sainsbury was a organic extra virgin olive oil. This is a very, very good fat, one that we do incorporate a lot in our cooking and even in our salad dressings and things like that. This is a great one to have. Certainly use something like this in place of anything like canola oil or rapeseed oil. Or your vegetable oils, you don't want any of those. So this is a good one to get onto. A couple of other things that we picked up in our grocery haul is some things that you can have on the go, whether it be for lunch or a quick snack. What we've got here is some seaweed. So obviously that's good for sushi, etc. But I actually like eating it on its own, or you can actually wrap other fresh veggies in there, like if you've got some celery or cucumber that you want to wrap up in there. But what we like specifically about the seaweed is that it's high in iodine, which is great for your thyroid health. It does have a lot of other nutritional values as well, but I certainly picked this up for the iodine specifically.
One thing to note about this is that it actually, if you look at the nutritional information, it's kind of high carbs. 100 grams, you're looking at pretty much 30 grams of carbs, 29.9 grams of carbs, but this entire packet is 14 grams. So you're looking at just over 3 grams of carbs for this entire packet, but you'd only eat one or two of the 14.
1 or 2 sheets, yeah.
1 or 2 sheets. There's 10 sheets in the pack. You'd only eat a couple of them.
Yeah.
So it's not really very much at all for the nutrition that comes with it.
Absolutely. A couple of items also that are good for on the go, and if you're having lunch, like whether it's in the office or you're heading out, is some canned fish. So this one I've got is wild Pacific red salmon. So salmon's fabulous, high omega-3s, that's exactly right. So you want to get those sort of fatty fish into your diet. The other item I have here is sardines in olive oil, and this is also a great item for the run. But the key thing is to check the ingredients to make sure that it's not in any vegetable oils or that it doesn't have any added sugar.
Now this one here, this is one of the really cool finds that I think we've found on our keto journey. This is kombucha by a brand called Nexpa. At the moment we can only get it at Sainsbury, but this is so good. So kombucha, fermented tea. There is sugar put into it to feed the bacteria that made the fermentation happen, but over the course of that, they eat all the sugar. Then this one is sweetened with erythritol, and erythritol is a really good sweetener if you're on keto. You can get rid of all the polyols that come out of it when you're calculating your net carbs, so we really like this, and the flavor of strawberry peach is so good, and it's made in Australia just like us.
But the good thing with kombucha is that it's a really good probiotic. It's good for your gut bacteria, so your gut health, all of that. So again, it's like picking all of these items. They have a specific role in helping us with our healthy eating. The last item we have today is 100% cocoa chocolate. Now this is actually quite tricky to find. They're out there, but you have to sort of really search for them. Now there are chocolates out there that have 70, 85% cocoa and onwards. Yeah. They would still have sugar. So there is your Lindt chocolate, especially I think you'd find that does have 85, 90. I think is there a 95 as well? I can't remember. I know there's a 90% plus. Anyway, this one is completely 100%. It has no sugar, but you won't want to eat it on its own because it is very, very bitter. This would be helpful if you're wanting to get some chocolate to then melt down and perhaps make up your own chocolate. So if you want to add a little bit of, whether it's xylitol or erythritol if you have it, melt it down, put some sweetener in, put some cream in as well, and then you can reset it and then create your own. Or with some coconut milk. So there's a lot that you can do as a base. Whether it might even be in some baking that you want to add this. So it's great in that respect. Wouldn't recommend eating it on its own. No.
I have eaten it on its own. It's bitter and it's really dry in your mouth.
Yeah, it's not really edible on its own.
Not pleasant.
No, it's not pleasant at all. But you can use it as a base, whether it's in other desserts, whether it be a chocolate cake or some brownies, cookies, biscuits, or melting down and making your own chocolate and resetting it.
So there you have it. That is our Sainsbury shopping haul. Like we said, it's not everything. There's a few things in the fresh food. Like we really like to get samphire in the fresh department, which we haven't found in any other supermarket, and it goes great with salmon.
Does, yes. But with these items, I know that a lot of people who are especially starting out on keto just don't know what to buy, what they can and can't do. So hopefully this has given you some inspiration or some ideas to go and have a look and see how you can start incorporating these in your cooking.
And always read your labels.
Yes.
So we hope that's been helpful for you. We hope you've enjoyed it. Hey, give it a thumbs up if you have. If you've got anything else that you get at Sainsbury that we've missed, pop it down in the comments below. Other than that, have a great week. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.